Hi all, welcome to the world of business analysis. Here at Quantum Leap IT Coaching Center, we are dedicated to train people on business analysis.
My name is Santosh. I have around 12 years of experience into IT. I was earlier an IT business analyst, but currently doing a project management. I'm a project manager in a product-based company. Okay, so I have been training people from past 5 years, but not regular trainings. Okay, whenever I feel like I have some time to dedicate myself to these training sessions, so I take up these training sessions. Okay, so it's been like 5 years, and I have trained across 7 to 8 batches till now, and placed people like more than eight to 10 people. Okay, so that's about me. First of all, welcome. So
Uh-huh.
I want to give you a quick walkthrough of what the course contents are. Okay, what you're going to learn in this training program. Okay, so these are the course contents, and the left side ones, and the right side ones are the practical things that you're going to perform here along with me. Okay, it's just not a theoretical session where you can just listen all the things and go back and experiment them in the real world. Okay, so we are going to do the practical things as well. Okay, so we'll just start off with the IT industry. What it is, what is an IT industry? It's basically for not just for the BTech and MBA people, but this particular course is can be useful for even other departments and other areas as well. That's why I wanted to give a quick introduction of IT industry. Currently, what is the scope of IT industry, and what is it looking for? Okay, and where is it heading? After that, since you're going to work in a project, okay, so in IT industry has various number of projects. So what is a project? Okay, so what is a project? It's a temporary assignment. It has some start line and end line which adds value to the organization. That would be a software project. So we'll go in details about how a project get initiated and what is the role of a BA in initiating the project. Will be there. What are the different types of projects we have in IT industry? We'll go through all of them in the second chapter. Okay, and third one is about the industry hierarchy and organization structure. Once you understand the IT industry, then you need to really understand about the hierarchy and organization structure as well. Okay, so who will be your peers? Okay, and with whom will you be working, and where are you placed as a business analyst? Are you placed at which what is your structure, and at which level you are placed? Okay, and who will be your superiors, and who will be your team members? So all these things we'll discuss in the third chapter. Okay, then the fourth chapter is about SDLC. SDLC stands for is an acronym for software development life cycle. In any software, there's an initiation stage. Okay, then the planning stage will be there, then the development and the testing and deployment. So we'll go through all these stages. Okay, it's a theoretical session. The first 4 to 5 or 6 sessions will be like a theoretical session where I'll be speaking and you need to listen and understand the thing. Okay, this forms a base for the remaining classes. Okay, so after that, maybe you can pitch in and you can start. Maybe we can take up a project. Okay, so in this current batch which I'm running currently, it's an evening batch from 6 to 7, where we are trying to develop an application called as ETCS application. You can see it here. Okay, ETCS stands for electronic time capturing system, wherein all the operations in the operations world, every it's a metric. Okay, this ETCS application calculates various metrics for the people who works on in the operations. Okay, so we are trying to develop that application practically, except the development part. What a BA does in order in the software development, what a BA does, we'll be doing everything in a practical way. Okay, we'll be gathering requirements, we'll do the documentation, we'll present it to our developers and the various stakeholders. Okay, and the testing, what is the role of a BA in testing? Okay, once a product is developed, and how will it be tested, how we can test it. Okay, so we'll go through all these things. So let's get
Sure.
back to the fourth chapter, SDLC. So SDLC is like a software development lifecycle, which is a process of developing a software product. But in order to develop this product, there are various methods. Okay, currently the most prominent ones are uh, waterfall methodology and the agile methodology. Okay, so we'll understand what is a waterfall methodology and what is an agile and scrum methodology. Currently 80% of the market, 80% of the software companies are trying to utilize agile and scrum methodology. So our emphasis will be more on agile and scrum methodology, because waterfall methodology has been little nowadays not dominant in the market. Okay. Yeah. So, any doubts till here? Till the fifth chapter?
So far good.
Okay. Priyanka, you? I think you have dropped off in the middle. Did you miss out anything?
It's okay.
Once you understood SDLC and Agile and Scrum, then it's time to know in specific what a BA does. Okay, what is the roles and responsibilities of BA? Okay, so what are the steps involved in understanding these roles and responsibilities? And so we'll go through all those things in the sixth chapter. And the seventh chapter is like the bread and butter for all the business analysts. So our core job is to gather requirements. Okay, there are various techniques for gathering requirements. We'll understand all those techniques. They're called as elicitation techniques. We'll go through. It will be a little kind of a. Now we are jumping from theoretical sessions to practical sessions where you'll start analyzing the requirements and how to gather them from the stakeholders. Okay, we'll do the stakeholder analysis as well, and these gathered requirements should be documented somewhere. That's where we need to understand in the eighth chapter. Okay, we developed a matrix called as RTM. Okay, which is called as a requirement traceability matrix. Okay, and we do some presentations to our different stakeholders to understand if the gathered requirements are correct, and we also present it to our tech team so that they can start developing these requirements into a software code, okay, or a software application. And in the 10th chapter, what is the role BA plays in the testing? Okay, so we'll go through since BA is involved right from the beginning of the project. So more than a tester, more than a QA team, BA has more knowledge on the application. Okay, majorly about the functionalities of that project, BA has a very good knowledge. Okay, so we'll go through that in the 10th chapter. Okay, and the reporting. So since BA is the face of the technology side, okay, so the business team always tries to contact the BA in order to know the status of the progress of the project. Okay, so we need to understand a couple of reporting methodologies, how we have to report our progress of the project. Okay, that we'll understand in the 11th chapter. And the 12th one is the solution design and approvals. Once you identify a problem, okay, by speaking with your business team, now the developers and your team members, your solution architects, they come up with a solution, and you need to understand that solution design and get approvals from various stakeholders. Okay, so that how do we do that? We'll do it in the 12th chapter. And the 13th one is it's a really important chapter. So it's a change request chapter. Sorry?
No.
Yeah, it's called as a CR handling, change request. Okay, change request is like once your project planning is done, you know what to build, how to build a software application, what all things, features you have to build. Suddenly the client takes a U-turn. No. Now right? Business is very dynamic nowadays. Today, you think of some business or product to develop, but tomorrow it becomes obsolete, and you want to reconstruct or make some changes to the software which you're going to build. Okay, so how to handle such kind of changes? Okay, your team has already fixed, and you have a certain plan, and you have certain schedule to build it, but again everything goes in vain. Okay, once there is a change request, so how to handle? Okay, business analyst and the project manager plays a crucial role in handling change requests. Okay, so we'll go through that in the 13th chapter. Okay, after that, in the 14th chapter, we'll learn some technical skills which are like not so difficult. Okay, many people get a little scared when they hear about technical skills. They are like very basic ones. If you might have seen, SQL is like a normal English language. Okay, which can be easily learned within a day. Okay, for me it took like 4 to 5 hours for understanding the basics of SQL. So we'll understand SQL queries, how to write SQL queries, and some database concepts also we'll understand, because there's a chance that BA will work the backend projects, okay, the database related projects. So we have to understand the database concepts, and we'll also understand the Jira and Confluence, which is like a project management tool for in order to deliver our softwares in Agile and Scrum methodology. Okay, that is the technical skills. And the 15th chapter is like domain knowledge discussions. If you like Pawan is good in like client client acquisitions and all, so it's one of the domain knowledge. Okay, that's a kind of a domain. And similarly, uh, Priyanka has some good knowledge in HR related activities. So HR is a domain where if any of the companies are trying to develop HR related applications, so people like Priyanka can be very useful for them. Okay, in order to understand the domain. Okay, so all such kind of discussions will happen in this session, so that it's an exchange of knowledge. Okay, from one trainee to another trainee, that happens in the 15th session. And then in the 16th session, apart from our practical works, if there's any other any other projects, if you are very confident about that you can deliver, okay, we'll discuss about those. Okay, because I'll give like some homework. Okay, apart from the developing. Apart from the one which we are developing in this class, I encourage my trainees to develop some other applications. Okay, so that they get more experience and practice. Okay, so those discussions happen in the 16th chapter, and the 17th is a resume preparation, and 18th is some mock interviews. Okay, so this is the uh, course contents. Okay, apart from, I'll just take a pause. Any doubts still here in any of the chapter? Let's also look at what are all the practical things or tasks in this course. Okay, for suppose if you are building a similar application like ETCS, okay, so what are the BA tasks? First of all, you have to gather requirements, and these gather requirements you should convert them into different functions. Actually, you gather them as a functionalities, and then you convert them into requirements, and you maintain these requirements in an Excel sheet called as RTM, requirement traceability matrix, and then you sort them, prioritize them, and validate them through various analysis techniques called as Moscow analysis and all. Okay, after that, you'll also try to do stakeholder analysis. Okay, so stakeholder is nothing but a person, any person who gets affected by this particular software application. Okay, so we'll do a RACI matrix for them, and then we'll do SWOT analysis, which falls in the section of enterprise analysis. Okay, so once if you're developing any sort of application, then how it's, we have to analyze how is it going to affect the organization. Is it going to affect in positive way or in a negative way? We'll do that in SWOT analysis, which stands for strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. Okay, I'm sure you might have already come across such kind of analysis. Okay, after that, we'll do risk analysis. And so yeah, risk analysis is like what is the risk, every project. Okay, when we start off a project, there's again a risk. Okay, so we need to, as a BA, as a business analyst, okay, the name itself is, okay, so you're more like analyzing a particular business. Okay, so your contribution to the project will be analyzing the business in various forms. Okay, right from the problem, understanding the problem of the business, to coming up with solutions. Okay, and understanding the risks and doing the enterprise analysis. So these are your major jobs. So it's not like a techie job. It's like a more of a functional or a functional kind of job. Okay, so we'll also go through what is a use case diagram. Okay, this use case diagram will clearly say these are the features and functionalities that your system will be, and what are the people who are interacting with this system. Okay, we'll draw that use case diagram. Okay, and also we'll look at activity diagrams. Okay, activity diagrams of what are all activities that the system will function, what is the flow of the process flow, and all those things we'll look at in these diagrams. So once you understand the business, okay, what is the process, mainly your projects will be to automate a particular manual intervention. Okay, if a particular, suppose let's take an example of a bank. Okay, and in order to disburse any amount or withdraw any amount, initially there was a manual process, but nowadays, due to this ATM teller machines and this mobile apps. Okay, all these things are automated. There is no manual intervention. Understand how to draw these diagrams, then you need to do some documentation. Okay, so eighth chapter is nothing but BRD documentation, HLD documents that a BA should prepare. Okay, whatever requirements you gather, you have to fill it up in this BRD. BRD has certain components. Okay, you just need to add. You need to just write it in your own words. Okay, in this BRD, it is a template. Okay, so what are the functional
Okay.
requirements? What are the non-functional requirements? And what are the use case
Mhm.
diagrams? Just fill it up, and that will be like a agreement between business and the tech team that we are going to develop such
Oh,
application. Okay.
okay.
I'm sure this sounds very big, but it's not so big. Okay. Here you're going to learn
Mhm.
100% of the business analysis. But once you join an organization, definitely you will not be working on all these things. Okay. So there'll be,
Okay. Okay.
yeah. I'm sure you might have done some course related to HR, right? So in HR, it will be
Mhm.
like a very big functionality. But
Yes.
even in recruitment, there are so many functionalities, but each person will work only on one thing. But
Yes. Yes. Exactly.
but you can't get trained in only that one part because you don't know in which area you will be working.
Yes. Exactly. Yes.
That's why in this course
Understood.
I'm ensuring that I train my trainees in all the areas, and so that once you go into that job world, you can pick up any task.
Mhm. Okay.
Okay, so don't get intimidated and get scared about so many.
No. 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 No problem. I can understand this
Yeah. Okay.
because we need to like learn everything to get into the role before. Yeah.
Agile is something like very important. We'll work on how to create a Jira board. Okay, how to create a product backlog, sprint backlog. Okay, sprint ceremonies, user
Mhm.
story creations. We'll work on all these things. This will take a major chunk of your this training program will be on this agile practicals only. Okay, it will take
Mhm.
around 10 days. Okay, so the rest of
Okay.
these are like they'll be more quickly, but agile practicals I'll be focusing a lot on it because
Okay.
your work day-to-day work you'll be working on the agile these things on these 5 points.
Mhm. Okay.
Okay.
Okay.